Coming soon.
And she was a fascinating woman, Sicilian descent. And at my dad's ranch, for several years, she would come up in the summertime and stay and help my stepmom and my dad around the ranch. And she was kind of a dreamer and a drifter. At one point, she had her whole family in a bus, and they traveled across the United States and into British Columbia, panning for gold. They sold the bus at one point and ended up in Naples, Florida, I think in the 60s. And her husband, my grandpa Tony, had a stone crab boat, and they were all stone crabbers for quite a while. But she was a diehard coast to coast AM radio lover. And so one summer at our ranch, she came up in her Subaru, and we had plenty of room, had a bedroom, everything for her, but she wanted to sleep in the Subaru. She had it all decked out with a mattress in the back and little curtains. And as I've said, the ranch is pretty remote, so you don't really get any radio stations. They don't come in clear at all. So we parked in this area with this tree. I must have been 10, 11 years old, and once in a while I'd camp out in the Subaru with her. And I feel like Coast to Coast would start up around midnight at that time. We actually wrapped wire around her car antenna and ran it up into a tree branch and had this big, tinfoil bulb on the end to improve the radio. And sometimes I'd fall asleep, and she would wake me up, at midnight, and we'd listen. And she loved Art Bell, loved him to death. I mean, she was a religious listener of his probably as long as he was doing radio. And then, of course, George Norrie. So we had a lot of these discussions growing up, and if you went to the library with her, I mean, she was going to the UFO section. So I got versed pretty well through her at a young age. And, some people thought she was a little out there, but I mean, she was the most fun grandma you could have.